Alright, gentlemen, here's what we know. The other day, our U-2 spy plane took photographs of Cuba and found some disturbing images. It appears the Soviet Union have placed long-range offensive weapons in Cuba. They appear to be the SS-4, range of 1,000 miles.
Alright, you guys, listen up. This morning, our U-2 planes discovered some horrific images in Cuba. According to my sources, the Soviet Union is placing these missiles in Cuba right now. These are very deadly missiles. They are ICBMs, and they have a range of over 1,000 miles, which can attack Washington, D.C. right here. We need immediate action right now.
My fellow cabinet members, we may have ourselves a situation. As you all know, yesterday over Cuba, our U-2 spy planes saw many objects that weren't previously there. Those are not Cuban cigars, people. We believe that these are the SS-4 rockets, with a range of over 1,000 miles. We believe they are the same ones that were paraded in the Red Square in Moscow. With this range, they could hit anywhere in the U.S. in 5 minutes. We have a situation.
Gentlemen, last night, our U-2 spy planes uncovered some footage on Cuba. We found intercontinental ballistic missiles. The ones that were probably seen in Russia. They could reach Washington, D.C. in 5 minutes, at a range of 1,000 miles.
Gentlemen, we have just received news about our U-2 spy plane taking pictures over the Cuba. Some 300 men have been taken cover of these areas. They brought a missile similar to this one called an ICBM. What we have currently heard from the military is one missile can hit all the way up to Washington, D.C. in 5 minutes and kill up to 80 million men.
Thank you, gentlemen. Now, what are our thoughts on this situation?
Well, we got 3 options. Either we do an airstrike, an invasion, or we do both.
There's gotta be something else. Anything but that.
Well, there's another way, but it wouldn't remove the missiles straight away. It's a blockade.
So our options are bomb them or ask for a blockade. I'll give you my answer shortly.
Alright, so what are our first immediate options?
Our first options are an airstrike, an invasion, or an airstrike along with an invasion.
We need to invade Cuba with an invasion 8 days later.
During the invasion, Castro will be killed.
There's gotta be something else.
Well, our team has come up with a plan. It's a little bit slow, but it calls for a blockade of Cuba.
So our options are to invade, airstrikes, or a blockade. I'll give you my decision tomorrow.
Alright, gentlemen, let me hear the options.
Well, as we see it, we have 3 options. Surgical airstrike, total airstrike, or full-scale invasion.
We believe that our best option is a surgical airstrike followed up by a full invasion. And then we move on from there.
I agree. We need to kill Castro.
There must be a better way. Is there? I mean, I don't care how crazy it is. Give me another option.
Well, we chalked up one. It was slow and it doesn't get the missiles out of Cuba, but it calls for a blockade of Cuba. It's too weak. Will never work. That's all we got.
Alright, gentlemen. I see we only have 2 choices. I'll give you my answer tomorrow.
So what are our options?
We can either airstrike on Cuba, airstrike on the missile sites, or have airstrikes followed by an invasion.
I think our only option is to invade Cuba. We've got to do the airstrike. We got to annihilate Castro.
The big red dog is digging in our backyard and we are justified to shoot it.
There's gotta be a different way. What do you have, Bob?
Well, 6 months ago we came up with a different plan. It's not as good and it may be weak, but we could blockade Cuba.
Well, it looks like we have 3 options. Airstrikes, invasion, or a blockade. I will give you my answer tomorrow.
Alright, gentlemen. What are our options?
We have 3 options. Airstrikes on missile sites, expanded airstrikes on all of Cuba, or airstrikes followed by invasion.
No! The only option is to order the airstrikes, invade Cuba, and take out Castro. There is no other option. We need to take charge and protect our country.
I concur with General Taylor.
No, 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 no! There must be another option. Lay it on me, Bob.
We worked up scenarios 6 months ago. It's slow and it's weak, and it calls for a blockade of Cuba.